the Listcussion, the show right here at Eligible Monster where we pull up lists from other websites because honestly, they make these like 9,000 a day. Super easy to do. We can discuss them, see if we agree with them, and bam, we get a show. Happens right here at Eligible Monster at least once a week, normally twice a week. I'm Benny, one of the hosts. Natalie over there is Zodical Candy.
Hi.
And Dan is Dan T, editor.
That I am.
Today, because they don't know, I just keep pulling these lists up. They don't even know what I'm doing.
No, we don't.
It kind of
We
adds
trust you.
mystery to it.
I just realized I pulled a list up, but have either of you guys played any of the Grand Theft Autos?
Oh,
No.
yes.
At all?
The
No.
fifth one.
Okay, so Natalie's in the fifth
I
one.
played
Yes.
the first 30 minutes of the fifth one,
Oh, hell
ended
yeah.
up killing way too many people, realized this is not a good game for Dan to play because he will just end up killing too many people.
The
So
civilians,
Why
today's
stop
Dan.
playing?
Today's list is top 10 simple ways Rockstar could ruin Grand Theft Auto 6.
Okay, take out killing.
That's
No one is
actually-
allowed to kill anyone.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Pretty interesting list.
And no stealing cars.
Oh, and this list is located on whatculture.com.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you know
Okay,
I
so
made
the
me
first
happy.
one is forced socialization.
Yeah, wait.
Forced.
Yes. So
Yes.
in the game, there was, in Grand Theft Auto 4, I think, kind of forced is a stain. Grand Theft Auto 4 had a thing where you would be like, hey, you need to build up these relationships with these different characters, so you have to go and do things with them.
So
Go to the bowling, go to the gym, go to the haircut place, that kind of a thing.
how is that a bad
So-
thing?
Wait, so we're talking with NPCs,
Yes.
not with other players.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's just a game.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
but
see how
it's
that could
filler
ruin
missions.
it.
It is, but what game doesn't have filler missions?
Yeah, but it could be better than...
Listen.
If it's a game as big as Grand Theft Auto is, it has to have filler missions. You can't, like, to make a
Well,
game...
yeah, but they don't have to be go bowling. They can be, let's go rob the drugstore. I can't talk. Let's go rob the guide store.
But everyone needs a break from robbing, so they need to play bowling
Yeah,
every now
You
and
just
then.
said you wanted to kill everyone.
And also,
That's why it's not a good game for me.
what if you actually do like the NPC and you just want to spend some more time with that NPC?
Quality time. With
Yeah,
the
quality
NPC.
time, you know?
It should be an optional,
Yeah.
like a little
That's what they
mini
say. It
game.
should be
Yeah.
an optional thing, so you can do it.
Mini game that you plug in your Wii controller and do Wii bowling with your...
yeah, you did.
No? Okay.
Oh, man.
Number 9 on their list is shoehorning in too much realism. With number 5, the development team dabbled with more real life elements than before. Remember how
Well,
Buff
kids
CJ
also
could get in the
need
gym
to-
when he regularly went to San Andreas? How at the other end of the scale he would be portly if he was chowing down endless pizzas from Well Snacked. It was a nice touch, albeit tempered by the fact that it really didn't impact the game. But by injecting their titles with too much realism and humdrum things like eating, drinking, and sleeping, Rockstar could run the risk of ruining the core experience. Let's not forget the characters in GTA's world are always-on superhumans who can take a hit to their wallet more than their health if they're mowed down by a bus.
Okay, so you're talking about food and stuff like that. You're not talking about strip clubs or, you know.
No, we need those. It's Grand Theft Auto.
That's what I mean.
I
Like, because
think
a lot
honestly-
of kids are playing those games, and
Yeah.
I feel like you need that realism in there because they need to know, they need to realize that hitting a hooker is not okay.
Well, that,
you know, like,
but in the same regard of that, you can't have too much realism to the point that people start confusing game and real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they do
Yeah.
think, okay, well, if I'm eating this much in this game, but then I lost it all real quick doing this, and then I punched a guy in the face and I was perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in real life might lose track of that and not understand punching a guy in the face in real life is not just fine. Like, you could get sued for assault. Like,
Right.
there are things like that where, and that's the constant like violence in video games that I think too much realism makes it feel too much like you are in real life.
Yeah.
To give you that fuzzy border of when you are in real life, what's acceptable, what's appropriate, what is a realistic thing that could happen. Because if you, I mean, it's, if you gained a bunch of weight and then you lost it all real quick in the game, maybe in real life you're going to gain a bunch of weight and be like, well, I lost it real quick in GTA, therefore I should be fine in real life,
Yeah.
I
right?
think
Like,
those people have other issues.
yeah, that's
and
something.
I
adding
agree,
too
I agree.
much realism just exacerbates those issues.
Right.
Number 8 is the gratuitous torture scenes. Don't put them in, is what they're saying.
No,
agree.
yeah.
That the whole thing with Trevor was it. I mean, I wasn't like, oh, I have to avoid this, but it was definitely like at the end of like that. I didn't see a point.
Yeah.
Like it was, people are going to be bothered by this, I don't see a point in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of an attitude.
Agreed.
Yeah.
7, spreading themselves too thin.
As in trying to add too much content and not
Or not
giving
enough.
good content, and it's just very
Because they're trying to make bigger environments is what they're implying.
okay.
People demand bigger environments from their games nowadays. This is something that GTA's creators are surely aware of. There's one slight worry that the pressure is putting them to a delivery scale. It could, in theory, mean that Rockstar ends up spreading themselves too thin and they develop an empty sandbox obsessed with sheer mass rather than things to do. That I agree with.
Yep.
That I fully
Yep.
agree with. I feel like that's a problem with a lot of games nowadays is everyone's like, open world, give me the bloody globe to completely explore, but also I want main storylines in every place I go. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
you only get one or the other. That's why a lot of the time when we worked at GameStop, I would always recommend the Lego games to people, like Lego Marvel Superheroes, because of the fact that it being Legos allowed them to make a big area without focusing too much on it because the graphics weren't as required, so they could do more stories and characters and stuff like that. But when you get games like GTA or Skyrim or Fallout where you want this tree to look beautiful, but there has to be a full forest and these other forests, and now you've spent all that time and money on this that you only have so much for stories and quests and stuff like that I could definitely see that being a watered down problem.
Right.
And with how big games are getting, they kind of went in a very short period of time linear. You're only allowed down these paths to open world, huge areas of space in such a short period of time that people are now going, well, you did that in this period, now double it in the exact same period. And you're like, that's not how any of this works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, I will agree that could water it down.
The next one is making the minigames mandatory. That I agree. I sometimes they're
the
not
mini
fun
games
at all.
with the
Don't force me to go and do them. The example they're using is GTA 5 had a segment where they used yoga minigame to progress a plot point.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I could see that being an issue.
Don't you want to learn yoga from your GTA now?
Not even that, just mini games in general.
Yeah.
It should not be forced upon
No,
the
I
player.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're mini games for a reason.
exactly.
They are external
Yes.
things. Like if they're not, they're part of the game. It's not a mini game. So don't put that in there. Unless your game is like based around this kind
exactly.
of aspect. It's not just every now and then, oh, by the way, now you have to get really good at yoga.
I think
Hope you're prepared.
only one game did it right. It was Nier. You know, the whole mini games of like just,
like the unlocking puzzles and
Yeah.
the like pick locking. Is that what you're talking
not
about?
no the Nier like Automata, you know, when it was like you were on your ship and you had to
Yeah.
I mean, it was not really considered mini game, but it was kind of like just a completely different sort of
It was
gameplay.
a game within a game.
Yes.
Gameception.
So they did it really well, I thought. But
Yeah.
yeah, when it comes to mini games,
Our list is currently on a hold. What culture
No, sir.
went down?
oh no,
Oh, it's back. Not returning to Vice City. This is bound to be a sore spot for the people yearning for Tommy Vercetti. Pastel-covered suits and sun-kissed streets down by the ocean. Vice City locale was heavily rumored to be GTA 6's core location. But what they're saying is they don't want them to do that. They want to explore something new, not go back to a previous location.
so Australia.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
The dingo ate the baby.
Oh my
I heard
God.
that was a national tragedy, and we all make fun of it in America.
Of course, Ben. So
I'm
just
pretty sure,
just
yeah.
add to it. add to that. The Americans making fun of it by saying it again.
Yeah.
It was on Seinfeld.
Just because it's on Seinfeld does not mean that you should. Oh my God, Ben.
I will agree with the
Not going
not
back.
bringing it back because I feel like this is something that a lot of games need to learn is don't ruin a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. That's what.
Like if
that's what
people
Ubisoft
love
did
some
with
exactly like
Assassin's
if
Creed.
people love something,
Yep.
don't try and go make them love it more. Accept that they love it. Make something new that they can fall in love with as well. Don't make a potential situation of redoing something and it being poor. Best example, Battlefront 2. or
Oh, God.
the Battlefront
That's
in general.
essentially
It used to
Battlefront
be
1 with-
amazing.
Yeah.
And then they tried to go, oh, well, we'll do it again. Like, people loved this. And
With
they
new
ruined it.
heroes, but this time we'll make them pay for them. Sorry, yeah.
But, like, it's...
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you don't want to do something that's going to ruin something else.
Yeah. Agreed.
Adding more protagonists. Now, I know you don't know about this one, Dan, but in
Oh.
5 we had 3 protagonists.
Okay.
You could bounce around their storylines freely.
Okay.
See,
I
kinda-
don't want more. I thought 3 was a great number.
Yeah, 3 is
You had a good
definitely
way to
that- yeah,
represent
that's it, yeah.
everyone. I was Trevor the crazy guy.
yeah. and they were different enough that you cared about them in different ways
You
as
were
well.
Michael. You were dealing with your gang warfare past.
I liked
That leaves Dan
liked
as
Franklin.
the ex-mafia guy.
it was Franklin, right? Yes, I liked
Oh, you
Franklin
think
about
I'm
right.
wrong?
most.
No,
Yeah.
I think Franklin was the gang guy.
No. There
Yeah,
was
Michael was the mafia guy.
Yeah, no, Michael
wouldn't
was
be
like the
surprised
family
if I
the
was the
family
mafia.
guy. What's that?
I wouldn't be surprised if I was a part of the mafia.
So you were Franklin then. I think Franklin was the I think Franklin was the nicest one, honestly. He didn't want to be involved with any am I remembering this right? I forgot. I think he was the nicest one though. Michael was the family guy, Trevor was the crazy guy, obviously. But I thought they were just you cared about them, about them all because they were different.
Yeah.
And I think that having more would definitely put a dent into that for sure.
I think it definitely would, mostly because of like seeing both of you get a little confused on which one was which.
Exactly.
Imagine
yeah. But it's been a
throwing
while.
3 or
though.
4.
Yeah.
Well, imagine throwing like 3 or 4
Yes.
more main characters in there.
Yeah.
Now instead of like talking about it, you're which one did this one and it also adds the factor of well, how different can you make these people?
Yeah. And at the same time, it was kind of slightly irritating as well because you would kind of just because there were 3, I could see it being like the main storyline anyway being very confusing at some point because you would just progress into the main storyline as one person and then you would have to go back to someone else and you had forgotten about what they were up to. And at the very end, I think they were just all coming together as like the big heist.
Yeah.
So that was good, but at the same time, I would like to see what they would do with just one person, and that's it. Just focusing on one person, and just just meeting other people as well in the process. But I don't know. Yeah,
like
I think
possibly
more.
do it near style where you played as one and then you unlocked the separate
Oh, that would be cool.
characters
That would
after
be
your
really cool.
playthroughs.
Yes, that would be really really cool.
Yeah.
Yep. The next one is teasing us too much.
Teasing us too much.
Yeah,
Well, you know they're
'cause
gonna-
they have a tendency to tease with locations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this one is if they go overboard, it would be too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one I agree with. I don't see.
You don't show everything. You
Yeah,
you give
Yep.
them a little bit, make them want more, and then
Hey, yeah, like Bethesda style with Elder Scrolls 6.
exactly. I mean, that's
Yeah.
actually perfect. They
Yeah.
gave one image.
Oh yeah.
Everyone went crazy, and now we're like we want more.
Yeah.
And hell, we would be obsessed if like we do that, and then the next announcement that they come out is, oh, by the way, it's out now.
Oh gosh.
Could you imagine nothing else, just
Oh, man.
one image, and then hey, here's
Available
your game
now. Yeah.
on mobile.
God.
the next one, and this one I'm actually a little worried about that they're going to rely way too heavily on GTA Online.
Yes.
Oh no.
There's such a
But that's-
success.
yes.
I mean,
It
mean-
is, and that's the worst thing about current day games.
You know they will though. They will.
exactly. It's
That's how they make the most of their money. I mean,
Yeah.
That I've heard that this game is literally the most successful game of all time. It even made more money than movies themselves. It's just insane.
yeah,
So why wouldn't they want to follow that model? You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
and the last one is adding an overly sexualized female protagonist. Grand Theft Auto is known for women's roles always being comedic or sexual.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the concern would be that they would make a very large-chested woman, like old school Lara Croft, that kind of a situation, and they would use their normal humor on it and try to make that a protagonist,
Right.
and that would be an issue.
I feel like they could very easily do a flat-chested girl as a protagonist in GTA.
I think
and
there's
like,
more to it than boob size, but I know what you're going
in
for.
terms of like,
Or just let you pick.
because I mean to make it sound weird, I often when I hear overly sexualized, I think big boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's often what it is, and I feel like of all games to get away with like having a main character be not busty, that would be the game to do it with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you would also get to add in plot lines based around the fact that you're in a world where overly sexual things are almost assumed. Add in this stuff. I mean, it's an adult game. Like, there's legit things that could be... I don't know, but I could see that being a good way for them to do it. But in regards to what you said, I agree. Overly sexualized stuff just kind of ruins games sometimes.
Definitely, yeah. It just kind of just doesn't make you want to take the protagonist seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It happens...
You don't need big boobs in order to make someone,
like, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's often, like, tangent to anime.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
I will love a show, and then sometimes I'll be like, why did you have to make this person's boobs the size
Yeah.
of a house?
Yeah.
Like, that, like, their character was awesome already. You didn't
yeah.
need to do that. Now I feel weird because I'm...
Yeah, I've had that happen a few times where it's like, I'm really enjoying this show, but it's just overly sexualized. Like,
Yeah.
I was watching the fan...
And it doesn't need it.
I was watching the show, I think it was called Kaijo or Kaiju.
Yes.
The one about the girls who were attacking each other with their boobs and their butts.
The
and
Cerberus
bikinis.
butts and
I was like,
everything, yeah.
man, I really just wish this didn't have fan service. I really just want to see them attacking with their boobs and their butts, but in fully clothed outfits.
Really, Ben? Really? Don't lie to us.
I know
Come
why I watched it.
Come on. God damn it,
I just
Ben.
wanted to throw that in there as a finale to this. That is the end of this Listcussion. What do you think? Would these things make or break Grand Theft Auto 6?
Yes, I think they could. Some of those could definitely break it because of the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online have such a high reputation and such a high public opinion on them
Yep.
that I think if these things that you said in this list are very easily... They could very easily be done and could very easily ruin the franchise.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All of those are valid concerns for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I'm a fan of Grand Theft Auto, so I am a little concerned that they're going to ruin it. My biggest concern is the GTA Online.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, here's a 2-hour campaign, go play GTA Online with your friends. And I'll be like, I don't like GTA Online.
I don't like my friends.
We looked into that once, and it's just everyone role-playing
Yeah, I
that they're
just-
a gangster in the suburbs.
Yeah.
I just don't like.
Weird.
Yeah, I just
It
don't like
was
the.
kind of creepy.
I mean, I am normally we have Rob here when we need someone to say that it's weird, but that
No.
one was just.
I'll
was
do it. I'll
weird.
do it. I'll do it. This is weird, man.
It really was. Like, we were
man.
looking at it on Twitch because we were thinking about streaming it. And it was just everyone role playing.
Yes.
That they were a gangster. It was
Yeah.
like
And like legitimate, not like to the point that we would do it where it'd just be, funny.
no,
They were like
Oh, I gotta run by
legitimately.
the store and get myself some cigarettes or
Yeah.
ciggies or whatever.
For
they're
real?
calling them.
Yeah, you stay here.
They
They were
jog
doing
like this for
accents
some-
and
Are you
things.
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch it sometime. It's weird.
Some of
That's
the
all it
Man.
is. It was such a big Twitch
Well-
game when we were looking for
Yeah.
games originally. I was like, GTA Online's amazing. We can have a lot of fun with the challenges and shit. And we were seeing what everyone was doing, and it was
Yeah.
just role playing themselves as a gangster.
Huh. I mean, I'm not gonna judge anybody for doing whatever the hell they want
I
on
will.
video
Oh,
games,
yeah.
That one's weird.
but it's just, yeah, it kind of just seems.
I mean, it's one of those ones. Do what you want to do, but at the same time, I don't want that to be forced into a game because it's online.
Yeah.
I just opened up Twitch, and the number one promoted thing is someone pretending to be a hustler in GTA 5.
Really?
Yes!
Maybe it's a thing.
Oh,
Maybe
Channel's
it's a
called
thing.
PMS Proxy. This girl's on her jersey
Wait.
with her hat sideways, riding around. She just got some cigarettes.
I just want to point out that Benny's giving this person more plug than our
Yeah.
Twitch channel, twitch.tv/eligible
Thank you very much, Dan.
where
Thank you.
we're live on Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays
Yes. There
around
you go.
2 p.m. Eastern.
Good job, Dan.
It's a much better Twitch channel because it's us.
Obviously.
I know, I agree. I was just curious if like maybe we had gone to GTA 5 online.
Well, you know,
like, at a
maybe you
weird
should
time.
just,
No, we
may-
didn't. It's
Maybe,
still
maybe
the
you
thing.
should maybe you should just mention that someone is role playing, but don't actually mention the channel name. You know,
What? We're being friendly. I don't know who this is.
maybe Dylan can bleep you what he's saying.
Yeah.
Why would
Yes.
why?
Bleep him,
Yes,
Dylan.
Dylan.
Is she a bad channel?
No,
but it's
but-
not our
She's
channel.
huge.
She is not our channel, though.
Yeah, it's
Huge
not.
as in like not like.
Wow, Benny. Wow,
She's
you
got
attacking
3,000
the way
people watching
people
her play
look.
GTA 5. We
I'm
gotta
so
reconsider
confused
this
by.
role-playing thing.
Oh,
Okay, but she's
gosh.
Thank you
on-
for watching the show. You can find us over on Twitter at Eligible Monster. Dan is at Dan T Editor. Natalie is at Zodica Candy. I am at Comic Storian. And as Dan said, if you want to join us for video games, come on over to our Twitch channel.
Our shit.
twitch.tv/Eligible Monster. Betty out!
See
Not
you
out.
guys. Oh, Dan out.
Yeah.